What's up, everybody? DeWitt Scott again with another edition of the Daily Reading Room, where I give you a review for one book for every day of the 2022-23 academic school year. And this review is about a book entitled Redesigning America's Community Colleges, A Clearer Path to Student Success. It's written by 3 different authors. And it's a book that when it came out, it got a lot of publicity on the higher education websites, Inside Higher Ed, I believe, the Chronicle of Higher Education was another one, because it was a book that just talks about the basics of improving community colleges. Many people may not know, but community colleges are really central to the higher education experience for a number of students. The majority of students, particularly the majority of students of color who attend college, start out at the community college level. So considering just that alone, not to mention those who are lower income, you can understand how pivotal the community college experience is. So these types of books are very important. And this book in particular explains the basics of community college education and how students navigate their way from beginning to completion. So it talks in detail about the student who comes to campus for the very first time and the steps they take to sort of get to a completion. And in that process, you get a chance to see bottlenecks, or you see leaks in the quote unquote pipeline where students are not able to get through, they're not finishing. And then as community college personnel, whether you're a faculty, administrator, staff, or just even some support staff, you can see ways in which you can lend assistance to sort of help those students who fall through the cracks. It describes the differences between students' needs of the needs of community college students versus the needs of four-year students. Many community college students, as I stated before, usually they have a higher percentage. Community colleges have a higher percentage of students of color, and also a much higher percentage of students who come from low-income backgrounds. A number of community college students are identified as adult students. They're not necessarily 18 or 19. They're a little bit older. A larger number of them as compared to the four-year. So they have different challenges. Many of them may work. Many of them may have children of their own. Many of them have other people that they're taking care of, whether it's the elderly or older family members. So their needs are different. And the ways in which that the 4 years and the 2 years can serve these students are fundamentally different. The book also discusses the different teaching methods that community college instructors can or need to or may try to employ in order to engage the students. Because of the students' different needs, some of them have they don't come from as accomplished academic backgrounds, right? They may not have gone to the highest performing high schools. So they may need more developmental education and things like that. Instructors have to be aware of that, and they have to tailor their work to the needs of the students. Right? You can't teach a student who was a 4.0 student in elite private high school the same as you would teach a student who has a GED and is returning to school after years being away. So community college instructors, are aware of that. Many of them are aware of that, and the book talks about that. So that's just a few of the things that it talks about. It's really wide-ranging in the way that it treats the community college experience from the standpoint of the student, the administrator, and the faculty member. So it's a pretty decent book. It's written more like a textbook, in my opinion. So it may be used better as a reference. But if you work in community colleges, or you desire to work in community colleges, and you want to know or get a better idea of what is the best way to be more effective and just better at serving the students in which you work with, I would recommend this book. So it's called Redesigning America's Community Colleges, A Clear Path to Student Success. Check it out.